everything there in guiding the mother, but the open pages are for her to fill in with her life stories. But there's artwork and poetry and envelope to put memorabilia in. And yes, so I offer a lot of guidance and prompts, inspirational prompts, just to guide you to see this as a speaking with your son or with your daughter.
So I have, there's an English one, Memories from Your Mother, and there's Memoirs van Jou Moeder. They feel very different as I hold them in my hands, and they also look a little bit different if I hold them sideways. And if you can see on the camera, you can see they are different thicknesses, and they are beautiful. We'll focus on the artwork in a moment, and there's more to that. So let's just start at the beginning. Anné, why would you one day decide this is something that you want to create for someone else to share their memories? Tell us about your experience with your mom.
So, Brad, it just amazes me still when I think about it and like now speak about it. It's it all just came together. It's like it was meant to be. So it started in 2010 at my favorite place in the whole world. Is a flea market, and I bought a similar book for my mother, Myrna van Roy. And I gave it to her and I said, Mom, I know you're so busy, but it would be so interesting if you were to complete this book for me. And I must say, life just went on and so busy, and I forgot about that book. But my mother wrote that book and she completed it in a couple of years. And on her 60th birthday, she handed that completed book over to me. It was gaping with all the photos and extra memorabilia that she added to the book. And I must say, I was thankful. I was happy that she did it. But I didn't really understand how very precious that would be. What a keepsake it would become for generations to come. So with her sudden passing, I revisited that book and, with the realization that, our days are numbered and our mortality, I came to the realization that that book is the most precious thing I have of her. I've got her handwriting there. I can hear her voice in the way that she wrote, and not to even mention the stories. I mean, my mother and I, we had a wonderful relationship. We lived in the same town in Pretoria. We saw each other so often. But I'm in wonderment if I think of what I would not have known if she did not put pen to paper, if she did not write it down.
Yeah, because we have so many conversations with our moms, and we know where they grew up maybe, and we've seen some photographs, but we don't really know what did they think or feel.
No.
Yeah, we've missed out on that side of them.
Yeah, definitely. So that's what gave it so much depth. And on at a funeral, I spoke about this concept, and I said, "Please, people, you don't know what you're missing. Please write your memories, write your memoirs, write your stories." And people kept on phoning me, even years after the service. And I started to realize that people are struggling to find this book, number one, and they're struggling with the whole project. And it became a bit. Somewhat annoying because,
Okay.
I was doing something totally different and now people are bugging me about this book. And then I realized, this is a need. And then I said, okay, I'm going to find this book now. And I couldn't find it. The publishers didn't want to reprint, couldn't find anything similar on the market. And then I said, okay, well, then I'm going to see to it that I can put something durable, something that will be a keepsake for generations to come, something that's really special. And you can see the artwork in the book is from a renowned artist, Mary Vermeulen. The poetry.
I'm going to show it to our listeners. If you can see it on the screen there, you can see it on the camera. And you can see this stunning artwork. I'm going to just hold it sideways so you can see it's quite substantial. And in a few moments, we'll actually work through what it looks like inside. And I just want to quickly go to this stunning bag. Does this come with every book, every memoir van jou moeder or memories from your mother? Do you get one of these?
Yes, well, that's an optional extra, but I feel it's a must-have because it's again keeping everything together. If you added extra photos, if you want to travel with it and maybe add your pen in there and add some extra notes in there that you're busy with. So the book bag is available online, memoirbooks.co.za for 250 Rand. And if I may also talk about how this book bag came about.
Yes.
So the character on the artwork is Marie Vermeulen-Breed, the artist's granddaughter, Anya.
Beautiful.
And Anya lives with a disability, and her mother prints Marie's artwork on different materials, towels, tablecloths, etc., and also now these book bags.
Yeah.
And Anya, together with other people with disabilities, pack them and ship them off
Incredible.
to customers. So it's creating job opportunities for
Correct.
people with disabilities. So I love that project.
I would just like to comment that the quality of this is outstanding. And inside there's a little pouch with some leather on the outside, some branding, another little zippy pouch for you to keep little odds and ends that you don't want to get damaged, because it's quite firm, that little extra internal bag. And then this really is stunning. But it would be amiss for me to say it's just a book, because I know that would be missing the point. I'm going to open it, if I may. What on earth is this? There's a little plastic envelope which is part of the front cover, and inside is something that says inspirational prompts. What's that all about?
Yes, so that envelope is also to put your memorabilia in photos. I encourage people to record your voice on a memory stick.
Yeah.
Because, I still listen to my mama's voice just to hear her speak.
Oh.
But it's on WhatsApp, and it's, Anné, I'm going to be, 5 minutes late, order some coffee, stuff like that.
Wow.
So I was thinking, if you can recite your favorite poem, if you can read scripture that you love, just tell them how your day went. That would be more special. And then you can insert it in the envelope. And I also encourage people to print your photos, because we just live on our phone.
That's
photos
right.
on our phones. But if you can print them and maybe write at the back where they were, and that would be more special. That's what my mum did, and that's my prototype.
And why not? Because you've seen how it's moved you. Is this little booklet of prompts, are these ideas of saying these are some things you could include in time?
Yes. So I want mothers to see this as having a discussion with your child. So your son or your daughter wants to know about your life, and those are like questions they ask you. And you can write in the book what you want. Some people are born writers and they know exactly how they want to do it, and that's perfect. But others, like myself, we need some guidance.
Yeah.
So there's guidelines and things you can think of, like prompts, ideas, something to spark a memory in that booklet. So the idea is to use that booklet or not, and before you hand the completed book over to your child, you remove that booklet. So the child doesn't know, number one, that you had any help. They just think my mother is so cool. She just thought of these things all on her own.
I love it.
And they don't know what you decided not to write about.
This is not just a book. I think calling it a book would be a bit of an understatement to the love and the dedication that you put into it. But every page has something. Even just the very first one that just gives you the details of who the author is and the publisher even says a DIY legacy journal, my life story for you, my child. And when I open it up, it says dedicated to every mother who endeavors this valiant task, and especially to my mother, Myrna van Roy, that Anné shared earlier on, who was brave enough to have done it for me. And it continues with some quotes, an opportunity for you to write something and then a forward and then launch into this. You've touched on something which is so profound to me. This book is not, it might be, but I think the sole focus is not for it to suddenly be found somewhere when you tidy up through things when somebody has already passed away. From what you've said, this is a gift you give still in life to say, it's just, these are my ideas, share them. They might end up in that other place, but I think the idea is, as I've understood, Anné, is for it to be a gift in life.
Yes. Many people gift this book for, say, Mother's Day to their mothers, but then it's a gift that comes back to you, that's returned to you. And as you say, exactly, and the book that my mother completed, my daughters will inherit that book, and how precious it would be. And I dream of one day people having books about their great-great-grandmothers and great-great-grandfathers and having their stories, and not only, as you mentioned, where they grew up or what were their names, but more than that.
I just want to touch on, then there's an English and an Afrikaans version, Memories from Your Mother, and then Memoirs van Jou Moeder. Met die Afrikaanse een lyk 'n bietjie anders. Why does it look so different?
Yeah, so that was just the process, because it's the first time that I've done something like this. So now we've run into some changes that we've made. So in the Afrikaans book, the original one, the reprint now will look exactly like the English
see.
one. So in the Afrikaans original one, we've got the prompts on thinner pages. So the idea there was to tear them out before you hand the book over to the child.
And then I can see, I'll show it to our listeners as well. If you happen to get one of these first of the Afrikaans print, there's a beautiful envelope here that you would open, whereas the newer version has that plastic sleeve. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And we regard that the one that's now in the English version as more durable.
Okay.
Because the focus is on we want it to be beautiful and durable.
I can't get over this artwork. I mean, this will appeal to so many people just based on how beautiful it looks. So much time has gone into this. How long did the process take of saying, it's now done, I think we can go and print? This isn't just a day's work.
Well, that day when I said, okay, that's it, this must be done, was in October 2023, and the book was first printed in April 2024. So a couple of months.
And a lot of heart and soul into it. But not the only one of its kind. There's another one with a similar idea coming. Tell us about that, Anné.
Yes, Brad, because so fathers have started to contact me, and they are a bit upset with me, and they said, Anné, what is this now? Because my wife is each night writing her memoirs in bed next to me, and where's mine? Because I can write and I must write, and I'm like, yes. So they must, and I also want to know my dad's story.
Yeah.
So I was busy compiling the book for fathers, and then it just came about that I spoke to so many war veterans who happened to be fathers and mothers, and then I said, well, this is actually more prudent. This is something I want to first put in the market.
Okay.
So 17th of May is the launch for Memoirs van 'n Soldaat.
Beautiful.
First in English, and then the first in Afrikaans, and then the English would follow soon afterwards. But I just feel, Brad, that we are losing our stories. And even some people speak about their lives with their children. We forget those stories.
Yeah.
After the passing of our parents, and when it's really too late, then only do we want to ask them about their lives, and we start wondering about them. And so I want to prevent that. So that's the whole reason behind this project, is to preserve our stories for us. And I mean, Brad, well, one thing is I want you to look in the either the last page of from in the English book or the Afrikaans book where you are now. The last, last envelope.
Yes.
There's a map inside.
Oh, may I open it?
Yes, open it up, please. And there's an A3 map of the world
very gently
and of Southern
opening this.
Africa.
It's so gentle.
Again, something that I realized when I returned from Europe and I visited Portugal.
I know, this is just a surprising surprise after surprise.
That I didn't realize my mum went to Portugal as well. She was in Lisbon herself, because I unpacked one of her boxes and I found a postcard that she would have written while she was in a cathedral that I visited while I was there, and I just returned from there. I'm like, I'm so stunned because I never realized she was even there in her lifetime. And so I said, okay, now I must prevent this from happening to anybody else. So you must write, indicate where you've traveled. On the back, you'll see a map of Southern Africa.
Oh, yes, including
so that you can
Madagascar.
indicate where you've studied maybe, or where you lived, and where you still want to visit. And
Anné, this is mind-blowing. So if you can see on the screen, and for those that can't, you can always find this video. Will be up on Facebook afterwards. It's an opportunity. You can even color it in, I suppose, if you wanted to, where you've been. I can make it in clear, so it's all there. I'm very gently going to be closing this. It is all just so beautiful. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to let Anné fold it back, because the last thing I want to do is fold it wrong. So I'll leave that there. But the thoughts just kept flowing. You've been so inspired by so many things to be able to put this. You've thought of the tiniest, most beautiful details.
Thank you. And the other thing that I never thought would come of this project is the healing of relationships. People have been contacting me that I don't know at all, and made contact and said, Anné, I just want you to know that it's made such a difference. We've got a difficult relationship, and this has brought about some understanding and at least some sympathy for the situation. And not total healing, of course. It's but I'm so happy that was even possible.
I'm so happy for what you've done here and what this is going to mean to so many people. Just think about those relationships. We didn't know you felt that way, or you visited there, as you said, or that this was something you pondered when I was born, or my brother was born, or sister, whoever was born, or when you had to move, or when your someone in your family passed on, or how you felt about having a pet. I mean, all of those things that actually matter. They shape us and mold us, and we can learn so much. And I'm sure we'll be surprised at our parents and or our moms or the dads one when it comes, or those that have been serving in the armed forces. So I'm seeing my screen. Someone said, beautiful map and all. Wow, Brad, thank you for giving us a glimpse of what it looks like. Well, thanks to Anné for bringing them along. Someone says, this will be a very, very special gift for families. One says, yes, my mom and my grandma wrote the details on the back of our photos. So I did that with my children also when they were small. Someone says, oh my goodness, this is so precious. So thank you so much for your enthusiasm. And the big question is, people are saying, ek wil een nou koop, waar kry ek een? Do tell us, and where can we find these?
So, they're everywhere. So your closest bookshop, if they don't have it in stock, you must first have a big discussion with the owner, and then they can order it wherever they order their books, Booksite, for example. And you can order it from my website, memoirbooks.co.za, or from Naledi's website, naledi.co.za, or even from Take-A-Lot. So, so obviously I want to encourage people, buy my book. I've really gone through a lot of trouble to put something precious on the market, but as you mentioned before we started this conversation, you can use any book, like your mum used just a normal
exercise book,
exercise book. But just do the project, just start. There's so many, the therapeutic value of writing for the writer, to put pen to paper, put your story onto paper, and also for the reader, the receiver. So just start doing it, even just recording your voice. That's a start.
Isn't that a beautiful idea? Imagine all those years later. I mean, you could have lost your mom, and then 10 years go by, and then you can still, if the memories stick, if that's kind of a technology still available, and it probably will be, because I can still have a tape deck to listen to a tape if I wanted to. We'll make a way, and to be able to listen to and hear that voice again. Dominique, good morning. Says baie mooi en ongelooflike pragtige konsep. Dankie, Dominique. How much does it cost?
Yeah, so the book is on my website. You can order it for 450 Rand, and so then the courier adds up. So the courier is either 50 Rand to your closest locker or 100 Rand to your doorstep. And then if you buy it in store, it works out to the same. So just under 500 Rand for the book.
I mean, if you could just see the artwork. I'm going to show it again for those that might have only just tuned in. That is the front cover of the English one. It is beautiful, the pages, and we've discussed it, and you can go and check out the start of this video again later to get more of the details. But it is phenomenal. And I just want to say, for that price, I think that I was expecting you to say more, because it is so beautiful, and there's some extra optional extras you can purchase as well, like the book bag. But this is a keepsake. This leaves a legacy, and you can't really put a price on that sort of thing. Anné, we've run out of time. What a wonderful time with you. Thank you for your massive heart and for sharing your experiences and the joys of the memories, and not wanting anyone else to miss out. You want others to have the same experience of joy that you've had.
Yes, definitely. And the worst thing for me about this project is when I speak to so many people about it, and I want to create awareness for writing your stories. But when they are saddened by the idea because their parents are already too sick, too ill, maybe have Alzheimer's or dementia, or they're already passed. And for that, I also have a project coming. So next year, I will have a book for siblings, to write a book about your mother, your father. And I don't know about your family's ages, or if you have brothers or sisters, but imagine if you have a brother that's 10 years younger than you. His memory of your mother would be different. Correct. It would be like a different person, but it is the same person. So you can all write one book for the family about your mother's life.
Wow, it's about love, it's about legacy, it's about remembering, it's about opening doors and thoughts around your family that you never might have even pondered on before. All coming your way thanks to Anné Pretorius. Make sure to check out the website of Naledi, or just repeat that, Memoirs, your own website, Anné?
Memoirbooks.co.za.
Memoirbooks.co.za. You can also get it on Take-A-Lot. And I'm going to just peep over my shoulder to see the book one more time before it goes. It's time for me to love and to leave you. Thank you that you allowed me to get you up and get you going. And what Prof. Dion helped explain is Maundy Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow morning, God willing, at 6 a.m. to walk you through on the start of your Good Friday. I look forward to spending some quality time in the Gospels and just remembering what Jesus did for us on the cross. So from me, Brad, massive thanks to you again, Anné.
Thank you.
You travel safely. Enjoy your time here in the Cape before you return to Gauteng. And I'll catch up with you again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Stay tuned. We look forward to time with Mersha on Kopskyf.
Get up and go breakfast.